Alright guys, we have even more big news to show you. On the JP side of things, because they have the celebration info already for Daima Mini SSJ4 Goku added to the game, we all said the sync would be a great idea, right? And we're still getting game updates and news at different times in the big 2025. Dokkan, can we sort it out, please? But we have got a major EZA confirmed to come with Daima Goku, which is going to be Dokkanfest Kid Gohan. One of the GOATs from a couple years ago. This AGL Kid Gohan was one of the better units in the game. And he's going to be EZAing during the celebration as the major EZA. And I know already on the timeline, this is a very, very popular pick. The only other thing that is brand new, aside from the data download we already got earlier, was the brand new stage for ESBR, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. With everything that is sitting in this news at the moment, we already knew that we're getting easy areas, you know, things like that. Of course, the banner, the units, etc, etc. Daima edition of Red Zone, and of course, we're getting EX missions as well to get those tickets from Seriously Serious All Out Battles. But we are getting an EZA for AGL Kid Gohan. He is going to be dropping more than likely in about a week's time. So while it is already on the JP news already, it'll probably be in about a week that we get Kid Gohan added to the game. And it's a pretty decent choice. You know, already he is a stacker. He stacks by 30%, which is great. If I had to guess what Dokkan's going to do, they're probably going to do one of two things. They're definitely going to add probably an attack raise, whether that is also going to be a stack or that is going to be a one-turn thing. Of course, will be yet to be seen until his EZA details do drop. So he's either going to get a permanent stack or he'll get like 30-50% attack raise for the turn. They could increase the stack on the defense. Whether they do that, I'm going to go with probably not, because they don't do it often. But they'll definitely add some attack raise in there. It's just whether or not it's going to be a stack or whether or not it is going to be just for the turn. Then of course he does have a unit super attack, which can only be activated with a Piccolo unit, which I mean really does fit quite well, considering the side banner unit coming with SSJ4 Daima Goku is a Piccolo mini. It's a mini Piccolo, so it's actually quite fitting they decided to do AGL Kid Gohan as the major EZA. There's also a Krillin, but there is no Krillin really to trigger it. What Krillin are using in 2025 to trigger this unit super attack. The other thing being is the fact that unfortunately that mini Piccolo is the only Piccolo you could potentially trigger that with. Unless sometime soon Orange Piccolo's getting his EZA a little bit earlier than what he probably should be getting it, there aren't really any Piccolo units to trigger this. I mean, there's the giant form Piccolo. I guess, I mean, Demon King Piccolos don't count from the manga panel units, but your pretty much only option is Mini Piccolo. So if you don't manage to pull him, you won't trigger this, which I don't think is the be-all and end-all. I mean, it depends what they do with the SAFX on their EZA, which of course we'll find out during the official EZA detail reveal. But the main difference is he has a 50% chance rather than 30, which isn't overly important in difficult content, because you don't really get to do it that often. And then you get a 50% attack raise rather than the 12 key where you don't get any. So, I mean, unless they update it to the point where you're also getting attack raise here, and then maybe this gets buffed up as well or stays the same, we'll obviously see. But I don't think you're missing out on too much, if I'm being honest. But it is only Mini Piccolo that you will trigger that with. So already it does start with defense of 158. Make that attack and defense. Just something simple like that. Attack and defense 158. And then maybe some starter turn key, either or. All allies key +3 and defense +58% is already very good. I don't think they need to touch that, considering how much support SSJ4 Mini Goku is giving by himself, let alone a dual lead. And then all the other support you can also get on his lead. So the fact that he also supports everyone else with key +3 and 58% defense, that could just stay the same. If they want to put more onto it, by all means, you could do attack and defense, you could do crit chance, you could do dodge chance, you could do... That's pretty much mainly it. But if they want to add anything else on top of that, I'm completely here for it. If they left it the same, also still pretty good again with the amount of support that is going through SSJ4 Mini Goku's 220 lead. Then when attacking with 12 or more ki, does get 158 attack. Again, they could add some stuff to this. They could add defense onto this. They could also add potentially a chance of an additional, maybe some crit chance, you know, things like that. Same with the basic effects, an additional, maybe a crit chance. I mean, I do want to see some additionals considering he is a stacker. So them stacks, especially in content that isn't Festival of Battles, especially when you're reaching turn 6, turn 8 max, I need to see as many super attacks as possible on a stacker. So I do want to see an additional in here, whether that is 50 or 70, would prefer 70. As long as there is an additional chance in there, I'm good. When attacking with 12 or more ki, they could potentially do another one, or they could attach it down here, which is when there is a heavily events category ally attacking in the same turn, gets an extra 58% attack and defense, and then maybe alongside this condition can also be a guaranteed additional. You know, the slightly more restrictive, slightly more difficult passive condition to fulfill is where you give the guaranteed additional to really help him with stacking. Now, who actually goes on heavily events again? Damn, this category kind of doo-doo. I mean, Gotenks is good. Trunks and Goten, good unit. Their Super EZA is very good. Actually, very, very good. Glorio's here as well. So already we've actually got 3 pretty good units. But then we kind of die out really, really, really quickly. Like, really quickly. Does Trunks and Goten go on SSJ4 Mini Goku's lead? It's Demonic Power and Pure Saiyan, so no. That might be a little bit of an issue. I mean, Glorio can trigger it, and that's the only unit because he goes on Demonic Power, right? Yeah, Demonic Power. The only problem is you don't have many choices for heavily power. Is it heavily power? Heavily events category units, aside from Glorio, that also go on SSJ4 Mini Goku's lead, even just a 170. Again, you're looking at Pure Saiyans, you're looking at Demonic Power. There aren't too many here. And there aren't too many here that are actually usable. Of course, the Gohan himself, fine. But then to actually then be a heavily event unit, you're mainly only looking at Glorio. So if you don't have Glorio, that is really meh. So now I'm really hoping they don't attach a guaranteed additional to this. Otherwise, you'd probably hardly ever get it unless you do have Glorio. So, I mean, yeah, because he goes on Demonic Power, which I always forget that this little child goes on Demonic Power because he was taught by Piccolo. And then he also goes on Bond of Parent and Child, which also great EZA because he goes on Bond of Parent and Child, which helps out SSJ4 Mini Goku. But maybe I don't want them to attach a guaranteed additional in here. I mean, it's typical Dokkan to do that. If they are going to give a stacker a guaranteed additional, it will be for the more restrictive and the more difficult condition to trigger. So, I mean, as long as there's enough additionals in his passive that has chances, again, whether that's 50 or 70, would prefer 70, but don't mind either or, to help him stack, I'm all good, especially when it comes to shorter content. So if they are going to put a guaranteed one behind this, as long as he has plenty of additionals that we could potentially have a chance of triggering in his passive, we're all good. And then when receiving an attack, or after receiving an attack, he does get 58% attack and stuns enemies attacked by the character's super attack within the turn. So, I mean, if we're being completely honest, this Kid Gohan isn't doing a lot. The support is going to be great, so they could do quite a bit with him. I mean, he's already stacking. Again, I think the main 3 things that Dokkan end up giving units nowadays that don't have any of them already in their passive is they're either going to give him guard, they might give him some damage reduction on top of the guard, or they'll go full-blown dodge or die, or dodge to go with the stack. And then considering he's a stack, maybe they might give him a little bit of dodge and then give him guard, or maybe give him some damage reduction. Or they may go for guard and damage reduction together, or just loads of damage reduction. That's typically what Dokkan's doing nowadays when it comes to EZAs. If they don't have any of those big 3 defensive mechanics in 2025, they will get 1 or 2 of them. So I could easily see this Gohan getting guard and damage reduction, guard and dodge, dodge and damage reduction, or just loads of damage reduction. I mean, he did come out in 2021, to be fair, so he's definitely long overdue. You're looking at 4 years. Actually, just over 4 years. 29th today, he's going to come out in a week's time. Actually, he's going to be an extra month over that 4 years. So, I mean, they could do a lot. I mean, the support is great. The stacking is good as long as there's enough additionals in the passive for him to stack up enough in shorter content, like between turn 6, turn 8. Festival of Battles, he'll be more than fine. They add an attack raise on his basic 12 key SA effect and then give him more so he's capable in 2025. You know, give him guard, give him dodge, give him damage reduction. Whatever you're going to give him, give it to him so he's going to be capable. I mean, Broly does nullify dodge, so maybe give him guard and damage reduction as well, or one or the other. They may add a part of his passive that is specifically to do with demonic power, especially with SSJ4 Mini Goku leading that and him buffing that, or potentially Bond of Parent and Child as well, with that being under Goku 220 lead, and then again him also being on that category as well. But as long as they make him, as I said, able to compete in the current meta, which again is usually dodge, damage reduction, guard, one or two of those things, and then give him some attack along the way, give him a ton of additionals or enough additionals to help, but don't make him too restrictive. I reckon this Gohan should be good. Again, especially with the support is already very good. They want to add more to it, that would be great. And again, especially with SSJ4 Mini Goku support, and then if you're running dual leads, you've got all that support flowing through the team, and then potentially even more with other units that are already going on that team as well. So another potentially great addition to SSJ4 Mini Goku's 220 lead. Still crazy that I saw people on the timeline saying, oh yeah, no, this guy's not even that good, or his leader skill is not that good. No, it's actually pretty decent, and it has a lot of potential, especially with possible EZAs, and we're already getting one now. I did say the major EZA is also going to help out the team. There was about 16 units on that team that were already very good, and then in a couple months time we're also going to get the 8th anniversary EZAs as well, who the Budo can slot very nicely onto his team as well. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments of AGL Kid Gohan getting his EZA very soon alongside SSJ4 Miniku. And also let me know what you want to see from the EZA as well. What do you want to see him do? How do you want to see him help out Goku? Let me know your thoughts. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.